Hey, I'm Tejas, one of the founders of Hightouch, and I'm really excited to be joined by Natalie Miles, a marketing leader from Grammarly today. As all of you know, Grammarly is one of the most AI-forward companies in Silicon Valley, and so today I'm going to show Natalie our latest product called Hightouch Agents. So what inspired us to build Hightouch Agents? Well, from all the marketing teams we've talked to over the years, we've seen two consistent pain points. One, marketing teams don't have enough data resources available to them to be able to run all the analyses about their customers and their campaigns that they want, and just to answer all their questions. And two, the marketing process today has way too many steps to be able to launch a campaign. From briefing to research to design to approvals, there's just way too many. And so our mission with Hightouch Agents is to allow marketers to operate 10x faster and launch far more personalized, targeted campaigns to improve the effectiveness of their overall marketing. Excited to dive into it with Natalie. Hey, Natalie, really great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Would love to start off with a quick intro on yourself.
Yeah, happy to. I'm Natalie Miles. I'm the staff product manager here at Grammarly for the past year. MarTech can mean many different things at different companies, but TLDR, I oversee all of our first and third party tooling and platform solutions that power our lifecycle marketing and paid marketing efforts. Prior to Grammarly, very similar role at Chime, which is our largest neobank in the US. And prior to Chime, I was at Credit Karma for many years. So deep fintech background, martech background, and more recently in the AI space.
Awesome. Well, that's a ton of experience, and we're really excited to get your perspective on Hightouch Agents. I know I've told you a little bit about the product, but I'd love to show it to you in action and get your feedback on the actual thing. Let's just imagine that we work at a financial services company, and you've been tasked as a marketer to drive premium card holders, and you're asking the AI who you should target to get the juices flowing.
Well, this looks like a very familiar problem, and I've definitely experienced being in sort of a new role or a new focus area and going to chat GPT and then getting very generic results and the challenge of like, how do I feed chat GPT as much context as possible to get relevant results?
ChatGPT, gives some generic ideas to start, but it rarely has the actual context of what are the campaigns you've tried in the past. And so essentially what we're doing here is we're marrying the top AI models, like OpenAI's models and Anthropic's models and so forth, with all of the context of customer data from the data warehouse, marketing campaigns, from like a Braze or Iterable or Salesforce or even Facebook ads, Google ads, and even just company context like brand guidelines or strategy documents that you're willing to share. So what's happening under the hood is that our agents are actually taking your prompt, thinking about what sort of data sources might inform how to answer this question of who are the right customers to reach out to drive up our premium card. And so our agents will start querying your data warehouse that you have connected and basically running SQL queries, just like a data analyst would. And then ultimately, all of that's displayed here as a summary.
This is great. I mean, already I see really helpful insights on how I should be segmenting my campaigns. And often I find that's sort of like a finger in the wind for most marketers, but here it's sort of sized for you.
How long would it take you in the past to get a lookalike model run to actually find customers similar to those who are using a premium card, or to answer like the 10 or 20 questions that it took to actually present this result?
Oh gosh. I mean, where to start? I mean, lookalike model, like one, you know, having dedicated ML resources to build that is kind of the dream to begin with. So good luck, like getting dedicated resourcing to build specific models. The other part around getting analytics support or DS support for sizing, go file a Jira ticket. And if you're lucky, you've got embedded support there. If not, you're in the back of the queue with all the other requests they're managing across the companies. And there's probably some 2 week sprint they're working in anyways. So yeah, this is very powerful to just self-serve this on your own.
That's exactly what we're hearing from our customers. It's not that you couldn't do these things before, it's just that it would take so long. We asked a fairly generic prompt to start here, like who should I target? So the AI is just coming back with a starting point. But if we wanted to double click on certain areas like the non-card customers or ones who have shown intent recently.
One question I have is how does it work under the hood? I mean, part of the reason why a lot of times marketers go to someone on data science or analytics to answer these questions. If you're lucky, you might be a more technically fluent marketer who has some SQL savvy, but even then, you don't know the right tables to reference or the right fields to reference. How does this know what is the right data source?
So with Hightouch Agents, how that works is we actually have something we call our semantic layer, which is like a one-time step that a data analyst at your company can give the AI context into what are the different tables you want marketing to be able to query. And that is the information that the agents are actually working off of here. So if you wanted to actually see the SQL queries that it's running, or if you wanted to see how it's reasoning between each step, all of that's visible. It's not a black box. So next, let's dive into how we can use Hightouch Agents to analyze our Facebook ads that are running and the creative inside of them. And this time I'm going to be asking about which of our Facebook ads have the highest volume of clicks. How would you think about answering this without Hightouch Agents, Natalie?
I think what's interesting is like, yeah, it's easy to pull which of my ads are top performing, but you don't get a lot of easy insight into why. And so you have to rule out like, okay, is this a targeting issue? Is it a creative or messaging issue? Which one of these is working and where should I double down? So it's always helpful to get sort of the underlying why and the underlying insight into why certain things are performing. And it's always hard to isolate which variable is moving the needle. This is super cool. I might go into Looker or some BI dashboard. You know, it's not going to pull in the creative visuals. You often don't have like a lot of metadata tagging to give you insight onto the creative and messaging front either. So it's pretty cool just to have all of it combined in one place.
Not only can we use it to, make the data, the structured data that we have more accessible, but it actually has this unique ability that we just didn't really have before Gen AI to actually ask a variety of questions and look at the actual images and the videos and the media that we're running across marketing platforms. Well, thanks so much, Natalie, for giving us some live feedback on the app. We're really excited about how this platform can actually change the way marketers operate.
I see this as such a game changer as far as eliminating so much of the drudgery of a lot of our workflows. This feels like when we talk about data democratization for marketers a lot, this kind of feels like ground zero and table stakes.
You can learn more about Hightouch Agents at hightouch.com/agents. We really hope that you'll check it out.